So my introduction to Forest was was playing hooky outside. And then the introduction to the gates of Forest to get into the gates was Little Heck. And then my mom Joe ended up in Morris High School. And that was just, I knew Joe for Morris and shit like that, just being in, in the halls and shit like that, or in the lunchroom. He used to do this free lunch shit. He used to do a free lunch song. Have everybody in the lunchroom doing it. It was crazy. It was crazy. Joe's always been that dude that people follow. You feel what I'm saying? But my main introduction to Joe was through Little Heck. And
what's the age gap between you and Joe?
A year, 2 years. I don't even know. I don't even know how old that motherfucker is. What?
So you guys pretty much went to high school together.
Yeah, we was in the same high school, all of that. And just like Joe said in one of his interviews and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like when he talked about me and shit like that, he would say, Toom Sickone was actually from the block. You know what I mean? And that's what he meant when he said that, because I was actually from the block. I wasn't like, the whole Terror Squad thing. And the difference is between Terror Squad, there's a big difference.
Right.
But so that was my introduction to the block and Joe and all of that. Like Law Finesse, all of them cats. I came up with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? These are my people. So yeah.
What is your impression of Joe at this time?
At this time, honestly, I really can't say nothing that I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? I came up with Joe from the block. You feel me? And the way I came up with Joe from the block was a very, very violent time for me. Violent, because I was one of those dudes. I was one of those dudes. They used to come to my block. They used to come to get me. You're sick. This is going on. You're sick. But Toom, because Sick came later with the music. But Toom, everything. I was involved in fucking everything, bro. So it was just different. And from him now, it's just there's things that I could say and things that I just can't say because I wasn't there, through the whole music shit that they were doing.
Oh, yeah, but we'll get into that later. But like for him at that age, you at that age, like what is your impression of him? Like, does he seem like a real dude? Like he's like thorough.
Listen, let me tell you something. This is me. This is me. This is I'm not gonna say original Terror Squad. I'm gonna say real Terror Squad. We'll talk about that later because there's a difference. Real Terror Squad. To me, Joe, besides the shit that happened with Liza and Pun and all of that stuff, because I know what happened with that. You feel me? I know what happened with that. Besides all of that, Joe is a businessman.
No,
I
understand that, but I meant like at that age that you met him. Like, what is your impression of him at that time, though? Like when you
at that time, he was my brother.
He seemed like a real dude that when you guys are 16, 17, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I'm not gonna take nothing away from Joe from that. I mean, there is some stuff that I'll keep it 100. Like Joe fought with Joe did his thing with his hands. Joe fought with the hands.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? He did his thing. There's nothing you could take away from that man on some real shit like that. A lot of other stuff.
What about the stories in his book, The Book of Jose? Have you had a chance?
I haven't read the book.
Okay. But
so I'm not what I get is I'm gonna be real. What I get is text messages from my real squad members, my real brothers. They be like, yo, Sick, look what Joe wrote in the book. And then I read it and I'll be like.
You be like what?
I mean, there's some things that just, don't, it just is. I could say some things that I know because I was there, it wasn't real. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of the shit was. You feel me? People can hate the man or love the man. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of shit he wrote in there that was very accurate.
Okay.
And not too accurate because I know nobody want to go to jail. But there was some stuff in there that I don't know, man. It just didn't happen.
It was embellished. Some of it was embellished.
I think so, but it's a book. You know what I'm saying? You do that with books. Do you? I mean, I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm gonna say it like this: we was the real team members, the real squad members, the real family niggas. I would say this: the shooters, the real shooters, the dudes that used to actually, you know what I mean? The dudes that used to actually do that. I just never I've never seen Joe there when we was at war with blocks, when we was at war with Power Rule, when we was at war with all these different fucking people. We was at war with almost everybody at one time, bro. And it wasn't like at war like we throw water balloons at each other. It wasn't like that. It was some real shit. We lost a lot of people. I think there was a time that we was at a funeral home every month.
Wow.
No, and I'm not capping. I'm not bullshit. We was in a funeral home every fucking month burying somebody. Real talk. And that was crazy. That's when we knew shit was like, crazy. And we never traveled really alone no more. We used to, every time we go somewhere, there was 20, 30 motherfuckers with us. If you don't see them outside the bodega, there's 30 people inside of that store. So, we never moved around alone like that because it got to that point. But I could say, that I didn't see him there. He wasn't there when we was, at war with dudes. You know what I mean? We was there when he'll come get us. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be about that life. But as in ever carrying a gun, I've never seen nothing like that.
So what about the stories about him like running up on other people's blocks and basically stealing their corners? He said like, he's like, he did that to like grown folks where he was like a teenager, basically.
I don't know about the robbing the drug dealer things or nothing like that. I know for sure that he ran up on blocks. He did with us.
Right.
You feel me? With us there. Other things that he did, rest in peace with Tone.
Right.
Which is AKA Tony Montana, which I know that was like fucking Joe's brother. Whatever they did on their own time, on their own thing and stuff like that. I can't say anything about it because I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I'm only gonna say what I saw. I don't go by what I heard from the next nigga. You know what I mean? I go by what I see. If I see you bout it, then I know he bout it. You know what I'm saying? If I hear that you said something and I was there, I'm not gonna cap for you. I'm gonna be like, you're just so fucking lying. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it 100. But whatever popped off, like when he used to run with Tone, because Tone was one of the realest niggas out there. You know what I mean? And there's another story too that I want to clear up later too with Tone, because it was an accusation that was made by Fat Joe.
Okay.
So I want to clear that shit up here today too, about Tone. Yeah, Tone was one of the realest niggas that you could ever meet out there. Real dude. He wasn't just a gun toter. He was a shooter. You know what I mean? He was about that life. And him and Joe used to run a lot with each other, even with Giz. Rest in peace, Giz. Giz is actually the creator, the guy that started Terror Squad. So rest in peace to my guy. That guy right there, legend. But as in everything else, man, I can only speak about what I was there, what I saw, what we did, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. So,